If you're looking for a spot to stay while you're in New Orleans, which is right down the street from Bourbon Street, then you found the right place. The St Pierre Hotel is about a 5-block walk down to Bourbon Street, and it really gives you a taste of that old school New Orleans experience. From the moment you walk up to it, you're going to really feel that French Quarter vibe. I mean, check out this entrance. It's got 2 steps up to almost a floor-to-ceiling door. I mean, that door is beautiful. It's stunning. And as you walk in, here is the lobby. There are old-school floor-to-ceiling mirrors. I mean, New Orleans, here we come. Because this is also the prior site of the first jazz museum in the whole world. They still have a number of memorabilia that grace their walls, where you also get your free coffee. And a number of jazz legends have stayed here before, including Louis Armstrong himself. If you get hungry in the middle of the night, they've got a little pop-up over here with a microwave so you can get some munchies. They've got an ATM, some frozen yummies, some different drinks. The hotel itself is really interesting to walk around because everything is kind of outside. It's almost like its own little neighborhood with little villas and little rooms. So some of the buildings have rooms, some of them are villas. They have 2 pools, which are located in the courtyards. So this is the first one. It's right outside of the lobby. They're only about maybe 3 feet deep. They're not like submerging pools. They're just more kind of like wading pools. And the other one is back behind the building behind the lobby. So you're gonna go around the corner here and it'll take you right over to a more secluded pool. And they both also have hot tubs as well. As you're walking around the Hotel St Pierre, it really feels like you're going back in time, and just picture yourself with Louis Armstrong just hanging out in this pool. I don't know, it's pretty cool. They really kept the history, the brick. I mean, look at these balconies. I mean, how much more New Orleans can you get than this? However, since they have kept it as historically correct as they can, there are no elevators. So keep that in mind if you have someone in a wheelchair or something. It's not very handicap friendly here. New Orleans in general is like that. It's a lot of cobblestone and brick, so just keep that in mind. Moving back over to the lobby, there's actually some rooms upstairs inside the main lobby here. The lobby also has a little area over here where you can chill and have your coffee and stuff like that. You can see the pool through the doors here, and this is the stairway you would take up to go to those other rooms. Another fun fact about the hotel is every room is going to be associated with a jazz musician or a legendary New Orleans person. For this trip, we were a group of 6, so we ended up getting 2 rooms. Room number 1 is going to be back there through that hallway, and then room number 2 is back closer to the lobby with elevated beds. So I'll show you that one second. First off, let's go through the hallway. As you walk through here, there's a step up into the little corridor. Then you walk through the corridor and it'll bring you back here to where our first room was. And they say the St Pierre is haunted, and it definitely had a haunted vibe for this room, just to throw that out there. It could have just been the generally older vibe of the room, like it had more history to it, you could say. But this room was decently sized. It's 2 queen beds, and they both have these enormous headboards. It comes with a dresser on each side. There's also a closet dresser on the other side. This room kind of felt like I was staying in an old school historical Airbnb. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was like so cool in a way because you felt like you're staying at somebody's house. The bathroom was on the smaller side, but it does the trick, but it's definitely on the older, smaller side. They do provide you with shampoo, conditioner, bath wash, soap, and body lotion. The TVs have like a Roku kind of remote, so just keep that in mind when you're playing with the TV. The input and stuff might be off, so just play around with that. Otherwise, you could go to the front desk, they'll help you out. Our parents had a hard time figuring the TV out in this room. Our room, we didn't have much of an issue. And the AC unit is in the window here. And they also had a fan on the ceiling. Moving back over to the lobby, this door here is the easiest exit to go to the next room. Or you could come in through this gate when it's open. But for security, usually it is closed. As I said before, it's kind of like its own little neighborhood back here. So it is all fenced in and there's a security guard. So take those 3 steps up and it'll take you into this little hallway here. And if you go down to the end of the hallway, that's where our room was. Fun fact, the one here on the left is called the Louis Armstrong Suite. These rooms were recently remodeled. Even though they had that kind of historical feels to them, they still felt on the newer side, aka not haunted. And I did like these little Sleeping Beauty features that they have on all the doors. Another fun thing with the St Pierre is that they give you actual room keys. So just make sure you don't lose them on Bourbon Street. And this room was the Bunk Johnson suite. I want to tell you the main reason that we had ended up in this room is because those beds are elevated. They're really high and they had a little step up to get into the bed. So just to warn you, they look like kind of lower to the ground than they are, but they're almost like 3 mattresses high. So this room, the ceilings were super tall, like huge ceilings. It's kind of hard to capture on video, but these ceilings were just like massive. I mean, look how big this chandelier is. It kind of shows you just how big the room must be if the chandelier looks that small. So yes, this room was massive. They had huge, like 3/4 of the wall tall mirrors. We actually took a picture in them every night before we would go out to Bourbon Street. And I mean, this room was so big, it even has its own little entryway table. Like, look how big this is. That's how big the room was. The bathroom was equally as large. I just feel like there was a lot of space in there, especially compared to the other room. You could see that it's clearly been redone recently. It also had a really large mirror in there. And again, they give you shampoo, conditioner, soap, body lotion, plenty of towels, plenty of toilet paper, all that fun stuff. Now, something to warn you about these rooms, the hot and the cold, they kind of come out of the wall as you're twisting them. So the one in the middle makes it either a bath or a shower. The hot and cold is on the left and the right, but just to warn you, you're not breaking anything. It just has to come almost all the way out from the wall in order for the water to get really hot. So just to warn you, that was something that freaked us out. But all in all, it's really good water pressure, so don't even worry about it. And just to show you how big that mirror is, I mean, compared to that doorway, check it out. I kind of want one for my own house. They also had these 2 little chairs in the corner, kind of like a little reading nook type vibe. And they also had these cute little carpets in the rooms too. I think it just really added to the flair of the room. The sheets are really fluffy and really warm. And then you get a medley of pillows. There's like 4 of them and they're all different kind of pillows. Like one was super soft, one was super fluffy, one was like one of those like orthopedic pillow kind of things. So they have a medley of pillows, one for every type of sleeper. The rooms we stayed in also had a microwave and a refrigerator, and it's an empty refrigerator, which we love. So you could like pack that up with all your leftovers and anything you want to drink. However, the drinks are pretty lethal on Bourbon Street. So just to warn you, you've been warned. The rooms have plenty of dresser space, plenty of closet space. Both rooms also have the removable hangers. There's an ironing board. You know, we love the removable hangers. The only thing to remember with this room is that this window does go outside. So make sure you close the blinds because you don't want to be giving anyone a free show. Because especially with the lights on, imagine walking past that window, you can see everything inside. And this is the gate from the outside, so you can see that they do lock it every night. If the security guard goes to the bathroom or something, they do lock the front door. And here's what the courtyard looks like at night. They actually have these cute little stray cats that run around. So the one just spent the whole time on that picnic table over there in the far corner. So don't be surprised when some of the cats come over to say hi. But I thought it was cute. It just added to the charm of St Pierre Hotel. They even have a little water dish for them over there. But it was moments like this when the cat was just looking at nothing that I was like, is St. Pierre kind of haunted because what is the cat looking at? But this is so nice to come back to at night after you're hanging out on Bourbon Street. We would just kind of chill in the lobby here. It's lit really well. It's really pretty. It's such a vibe. I really like staying at the St. Pierre Hotel, honestly. And you can see it's really well lit also when you're going back to your room. And if you forgot anything for your trip to New Orleans, don't worry about it. There's a little convenience shop across the street from the St. Pierre Hotel. Otherwise, there's a few different Walgreens right off of Bourbon Street. Now that you've seen everything that the St. Pierre has to offer, let me know which room would you stay in. Would you stay in room number 1 or would you stay in room number 2? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions about New Orleans, feel free to ask me. I've got tons of videos coming your way soon. So hit that subscribe. And for now, this is the video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like the most. I'll see you there.